You played Mana yesterday? How did that go? Maybe we should cast this replay now. You proxy free racks in. They're very good at holding that shit. Oh, unlucky, man. What did you play him in? Was it just for fun on his stream or something? Let's do this replay. I promised Chesscraft in the chat I'm going to cast one of his replays, and then I'll splice the VOD and give it to him. So we're going to do that. It was a show match. It was handicapped. Okay. What am I doing? Looking for Discord. Get to talk to an interviewer as he plays. Oh, was it with Creighton? Shut this shit down. Find this replay in Discord. Replays. Open. Darkcraft, can you manage it? I know it's going to be from a different patch. Go on, Starcraft, you got it. Okay. How long have I been streaming? No worry. I'll change your files, that's it. So 2:29. I'm just making a note of where in the stream this is. So we can do this properly. Why is my replay not? Oh, because it's from a different patch, right? I'm going to make sure I get the correct overlay and stuff. So it looks like a professional cast instead of a shitty one. No worries, man. So we're going to cast one replay, then we're going to carry on playing. This is just something I promised to do. And also, I kind of need a break for my fingers. They're a little sore on my wrist. After playing like 15 games without a break. Bunk. See if we can get this replay to work. Bunk. And let's hope it's not 4 hours long. And let's hope the overlay works. Yeah, the overlay does work. Cool. But yeah, there we go. Boom. One. Boom, boom. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Turn the game time up. We'll go to the correct scene. We will hope that it opens. There we go. We will hide the webcam and its frame. Okay. This looks like we are casting StarCraft, right? Okay. Check the game sound is okay. Okay. So we're going to cast this replay. Our hero, Chesscraft, in the chat, who is... Okay, we'll do it properly. Starting at 2:32 now. Okay, so in the top right corner, he is playing for YJ Zhao, which actually happens to be his name. He is the Red Terran player from, I believe, the United Kingdom. It's Chesscraft. And his opponent in the bottom left playing Zerg. He is in the blue trunks. Starting off, it looks like... Well, that's his overlord. There we go. He is Wintermute. A little bit of banter here. And Chesscraft getting ignored. Always rude. Does look like he's going for a standard expansion here at home. Most likely a Reaper build. From the Neuromancer books, apparently. I don't know what they are. I'm going to look into them. Okay, yeah, so it does look like we're seeing a Reaper expand here coming out of Chesscraft. He has gone for that gas racks build. Sitting at home, very, very standing. What a polite young man. Just wants to talk about books and things. This guy nice too. Not as polite, but he's pretty good. Does look like we do have that hatch first here coming out of Wintermute. He did do a very low supply. kind of interesting. Usually you got to about 17 supply before you do that. It's going to be Hatch Pool Gas as well. So it's the links can be a little bit early with this build. They can catch you a little bit off guard. Now TVZ isn't my strongest matchup. So I'll do my best to figure out what is going on here, but it's definitely going to be interesting. We should see the Reaper start up straight away. There we go. And then that CC be taken on the low ground. Everything from Chestcraft's opening, absolutely as you would expect. We have the command center being upgraded to the orbital. We have the CC about to go down. There we are. No block here from Wintermute. He may try to use a drone to buy some time, but no, he's not going to. We also have the scout coming from Chestcraft. Really like the opening so far. Absolutely flawless in terms of when things are done. The Reaper should go across the map very shortly. Try to figure out what is going on itself. You're never too old to go to university, Sync. I am going back in September. Chestcraft is going to see the third. He doesn't manage to get the block here, seeing that it is third just after one queen. But knowing that timing is pretty good. He knows now it's not going to be a huge Ling Bane flood or anything off of 2 bases. No roaches. Anything like that. The Reaper now coming across the map, trying to get a little bit of information behind this. We have the factory going down. CC getting close to finishing, and we have that reactor being added to the racks. Second rack's going to be added as well before the starport. A little bit of aggression possibly coming out here. This guy's got his work cut out for him, but he's slapping away. He's doing it. Reaper is going to be micro backwards. Needs to try and keep it alive off the creep. Perfect. Did it manage to get a kill? No, it did not. 10 hit points, but it's going to regen up and hopefully jump into the main. From here. See if we can get a read. We are seeing Queen's Zergling speed, and he's now starting up here from Wintermute. He did play Gasless. This guy's got a heart of gold. I wonder how much damage he's done when all is said and done. No! I was such a fan. He's done a decent amount. Nice micro here. How much did he do? 1195, so he did what? Like, I don't know how much. I don't know, we can see. Actually has 1.5. 300 damage! 300 damage from an SCV. Reaper, still alive. Picked up a couple of kills now. Very nice. We can see the starport being added on. Marines being produced a couple at a time. And we should see the tech lab going on to the other one. Yep. First tank being produced as well. Chestcraft looking like it's gearing up for a bit of a push. Maybe with a third being taken from behind. Wink. Cycling speed getting close to finishing. In terms of units right now, you can see there's only a couple of Lings out, and it is 32 drones to the 27, but including mules. It's probably pretty down the middle even. Chestcraft has managed to get the better in terms of map control, and you can see he's muling efficiently as well down in the natural. Lots of work is being produced still. In this game, Marines starting to get going. We should see Stim start up in not too distant future. The money is there for it. Another tank going to come in first. From our Terran, our Baneling nest is now going down for Wintermute. And he is now starting to produce a few more units. Spore Crawler is going down. A Spine as well. Very defensive here from our Zerg player. Our Terran player, on the other hand, adding in his E-base, starting to wall off in his natural. Everything's looking pretty good so far. Third CC we'd hope to see pretty soon. As another factory going down. Now this is a little bit interesting. Not often you see a second factory and like 2 racks and 2 factories. We do have the first medevac as well coming out here. And a bit of a push coming from these first few Marines and tank. Still no Stim here from Chestcraft. Maybe a little bit of a mistake there. Something to look out for in future. Chestcraft is going to push out. He does have that 1 tank. How many units are currently on the map? Only 9 Lings and 2 Banelings. 4 Queens though is a good amount. The Reaper's still alive as well, managing to spot here. We should see maybe a scan go down. Maybe just clear some creep with this. If he gets a Queen, this is a really good start. And the Queen does go down. If I am Chestcraft right now, scan, clear this creep. Stop him from getting any connection between his natural and his third. Second tank joining the fray right now. Now this becomes a little bit scary for our Zerg play. You can see he's he's making 12 Lings and a couple of Banelings. If these Banelings get caught early, this is a very good start. We do see one of them surviving, but there is no Baneling speed. Microing back now from our Terran player. Trying to keep everything going. The tank managing to get a pretty decent hit off. And now the first medevac does arrive. The tank is going to get a couple of shots off here. The tank in the back as well, getting a lot of damage. The first tank will go down. Can he target fire down the Banelings? No, the Banelings managing to get pretty good connections. But some units still surviving here. We do have a couple more coming across the map as well. Meanwhile, more tanks, more Marines being produced here. Third CC is going down in the main at about the 6-minute mark. His third really barely saturated here. Chesscraft is up in supply. It is mainly an army, but the workers as well. Economically, you can see he is mining a little bit less in terms of minerals, but gas, he's way up there compared to his opponent, who's really not mining much gas. Tank getting some decent hits. Does look like it will eventually go down. Going to drop a couple of Marines behind the tank. That's actually really, really cute. The tank providing a bit of a blockade here. This Marine's going to get some work done. I really like that move. And we can see back at home, Stim has now begun. More and more Marines coming. Couple of Widow Mines, those nasty little buggers. Continuing to reply pressure here. This is really nice, because what you're doing is you're forcing units. And that's what you want. If they're not making drones, or albeit he did just make a round, he's still making 8 more lanes. That means 4 drones haven't just been made, and your economy will not fall behind. eBay is done. Bailing speed finally started off here for our Zerg. You see, this push a little bit more deadly right now. Doesn't look like there's 2 medevac. Doesn't look like there's many medevacs, just the 1. And he's got some energy, 75, but not the most. But this push is a little scary, for sure. 16 Lings and 3 Banelings do not deal with this. 16 Lings can die to just 1 good Widow Mine hit. There are a couple of tanks. I believe Stim is done, or will be done by the time this push hits. Getting close to the 15-second mark on completion. See, the Widow Mine's going to burrow just here. Tank below it. This is cute too. If he goes for the surround on the tank, the Widow Mines will go. I probably wouldn't have set all 4 there. But it's still going to be okay. Got to target down the Baneling. Very, very nice there to get that first Baneling done. And there we go. There is a scan and the creep being cleared. And already this is going to push back from this angle and allow the tanks to come in. Not worry too much. Here we go. First tank is going to move forward. Start stopping them just very, very slightly. And now I like this position a little bit more with the Widow Mines. Now it looks like they really could have the opportunity. This is so cute. I like it. You can see the creep is starting to recede in this forward position. The third CC is done and floating over to its location. 4th patch has gone down, about 3/4 of the way done. Economically, you can see Wintermute is still mining just a little bit more. But the army is really starting to skyrocket here for Chesscraft. I think at this point, be a little more brave. Move in and out. You've got Stim. Maybe if you had a couple more medevacs, adding in Liberators instead, actually. Oh, this tank is going to get some big boy juicy hits. And the Widow Mines go off. They managed to mainly get the Lings, though. The Banelings do stand strong. There's not enough bio left. He does pick it all up, actually. I thought it had gone down. Very, very nice save there. These micro tricks, these never become bad. You know, it's not like... It's once you pick these up, they're going to get better and better as you improve. Once your macro catches up to your micro, you're going to be super, super good. Because these tricks and stuff are the kind of tricks you see from better players. Not paying attention there does lose some units, but now the second push, or the third push even, has arrived. There are a lot of Widow Mines, there are a couple of tanks as well. Widow Mines not managing to get a connection there, but one of them will. He is trying to use the Widow Mines against you. Doesn't manage to get so many Widow Mines. Hydralisk coming out. He is unfortunately a little bit too far from home, and boom, down he goes. It does look like our Zerg player is going to look for a counter-attack here. This is good. He can probably... Oh, it's a planetary. Okay. Nice micro there once again. No, he's going for the full time. There's so many Widow Mines here. Oh my god, that's filthy. Meanwhile, this base did go down to a couple of Marines, it looks like. And now at this point, you're in a really great position. You can start to move forward just a little bit more. Maybe move... Oh no, the tanks are in a good place. This Hydralisk? Not so keen on that one, mate. Again, our Zerg player starting to move around. Maybe going for the Serales counter. We do have a few SCVs having to be pulled to deal with. One counter attack here. Doesn't look like too many will go down. If we look at workers lost in its entirety, only 3 workers have been killed. No workers lost so far for our Zerg player. Another big counter attack coming in. This time there's not as much. Now we will see that workers lost number go up a fairly large amount. It's just mass Widow Mine. You have a very good contain here. Oh, and this is the sort of thing you need to do. Move in, pull them in, a hit goes down, move out. A few Marines and Widow Mines will be able to defend the main from anything. In terms of workers lost, it is only 6, so it could be worse. Still the boys on fire. Marines live in that. They're going to die. They're going to burn. Another Queen does go down. The Liberator now providing even more coverage for these tanks and Marines. This base has not been retaken. And you're in free base versus free base situation, where as a Terran player, you're laughing all the way to the bank. You are now mining more. Less gas, but he's so gas saturated, although you are too. It's not the end of the world if you're the Terran player. Wintermute really hasn't been able to saturate his third at any point. He's trying to make something happen, but the fourth base for Chesscraft now going up in this northern location. And again, a couple of Hydras move forward. These are expensive units. No Mind gets a pretty decent connection. A couple go off on the Lings as well. Baneling's going to come in and finally clean up the tanks. But now the rest of the army is coming in for reinforcements. You can see a lot of Widow Mines. Now the armory is done as well. Upgraded. Marines going to micro backwards to the best of their ability. Very, very key. Very nice. Not losing too many Marines here. And now another selection of units coming forward here. We can see upgrades are starting to come in. +1 is done for our Terran player. Nothing for our Zerg player just yet. Chesscraft borrowing more and more Widow Mines in a very forward position. And again, behind this, he is taking another base. His SCV Cup. Look at all the mules! Right now, his economy double the mineral mining of his opponent. As I mess up my camera. Still a very nice position. It does look like our Zerg player is going to try and take a different fourth to this north-west location. And this does leave this space very open for counter-attacks from futurelings. It looks like right now it's going to be attacked as well. We might be able to finish in time. I don't know. If they go for the SCV, no, the SCV is not going to be able to finish this in time. Oh, 99.99%. No, that's so upsetting. If it finished, you could have just lifted it. Ah, it's going to go down. The council does come in, which is nice. We do have a Hellbat trying to defend against this. Unfortunately, the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger goes down before it can do it. A few Hellions now, just trying to pick up any remains here. We can see there are lots of Marines and Widow Mines and stuff as well. Terran play, maybe getting a little bit distracted with the small details here. He is, the wall is up. Going to lose a few workers here. A couple of Marines, a couple of Hellions coming back possibly could deal with this, and that's exactly what we'll see. No F2, no, very, very nice to see you're not pulling your whole army back for these run-bys, because this is where Zerg does well. Now he has killed a lot of workers, and it's not quite as great. Oh my god, Ling's just vanishing. That is so gross. But the army of our Terran player still looking very strong. You can see it is 77 to 71 army supply. Upgrades 111 to nothing. Still no upgrades. Finally, Evo Chambers coming in for our Zerg player. He's got a macro hatch, but no Evo Chambers yet. You can see command centers going down. Starting to transition to that mid to late game Terran player. Going to get planetaries everywhere. Try and get some damage done. Ooh, Banelings. Very nice load up there to ensure the Banelings don't get the majority of the army. Hydralisk moves too far forward. Oh, Widow Mines are gross. Does look like the forward position is going to be cleaned up. Chesscraft now needing to try and get his army together a little bit. Scan does go in just to see how much is there. We do have a couple of Hellbats here to clean up. And again, these are upgraded units, so they will be pretty decent. Extra CCs beginning to finish off. Where are all the workers right now? Long distance mining? There are 39. There's 6 plus the ones in gas here. I think they're mainly long distancing. Yeah, they are. Oh no, poor boys. Da -da -la -da. Things sort of calm down now. We're hitting a bit of a calm before the storm as both players power up. Our Zerg player making lots and lots of drones, now heading towards the 70 mark, which is exactly where he wants to be. He is getting his infestation pit, so he can look towards the hive. +2 on the way for our Terran, 1-1 here. Only just sort of 1/5 of the way done for our Zerg, and now lots of drones. We're really going to be hitting the mid-70s for the Zerg player. Our Terran player Chesscraft is only on 39 workers. Maybe we should look at getting a few more, and that's exactly what he does as I say it. Very nice. Army is here a little bit plumped, just making sure no move out does come from between the natural and the third. It could be nice. I'd like to see more medevacs with this. Medevacs is such a key compositional unit here for the Terran. And the number is a little bit low. Couple of scans go down just to check the main, see that hive is on the way. Also checking the natural just to make sure the state of the army. The army right now consisting of how many Banelings? 22. It is a very healthy number. And this army disappears to like 6. So there is a tank and a few Widow Mines in the back. Definitely try to make sure you have a Widow Mine in the front or with your army. So they can get those first hits. As you pipe back your Marines and stuff, the first Widow Mines get the hits on the front lines, which will always be Ling Bane. And if a Zerg player does just A move and clump them all up, you'll get some big hits that way. You can see tanks coming back in as well, which I really like to see in the composition. Fours! I mean, there is a Spire on the way. This is certainly not a bad decision. Has a Spire been seen by Chesscraft? Yes, okay, so good. He does know that the Spire is there. Bit of a fight going down here. Tank managing to get a couple of hits. Widowmines doing a good job. Supply still pretty even across the board. Work at 80 workers for the Zerg player means his army is very minimalist right now. He is going to start trying to add on Mutalist very soon, and he does have money to add on a good 15 as soon as possible. This fight is done. You have a few Hydras dealing with some units here. Baneling managing to not get great connections. Just a little skirmish. Center towers to stop any run-bys. We should see the force start to move across the map pretty soon. These guys in the middle of the map as well would be pretty good. You can just run them in. The spine's here, I guess. Yeah, okay, he spined up everything. Forward bases taken here from Chesscraft. Very safe. Planetaries. This is an unbreakable position at this point. Without a full army of like ultras or something. The Ultralisk Cavern is on the way, and the Great Spire as well. 5 Corruptors on the way now. We already have forwards already set up. This is a nice little move out. Separating your army, attacking the base in the very northwestern position here. This base is pretty screwed. Workers will go down here. And this base now taken out of the equation. Yeah, target the base down, always nice. Zerg player doesn't seem to want to do too much. He's kept his army very immobile. And as anyone playing against a Zerg player, the more immobile they are, the better position you are. Because the Zerg wants to counterattack. They want to mass expand. Ooh, Widow Mines are evil. Those ones not so much though. Getting some pretty decent hits. Go for, and he falls down. Bit of a skirmish as well in the front. Tank in a great position to get some fire done. It does look like this one's going to move up possibly to the ramp. Yep, perfect. Just as I was thinking it. Tank does need to siege, and it will do so. Does look like there's a little bit too much Zerg here, but the Widow Mines get a decent connection here. Let's see if we can see... If I can remember how to see resources lost. Yeah, so in terms of resources lost, the Zerg has lost considerably more. Just under 14k to just, so about 10.5, and 3k gas to 2.5k. Mules being dropped over here by Chesscraft. Upgrades now really kicking in for the Zerg. +3 is on the way for our Terran for his bio, +2 for his mechanical army. Lots and lots of 4s being produced. 4's good against Ultralisk, 4's very good against Broodlords. As long as you have some support for the Broodlings, which we do in terms of Bio and Widowmine. And a few tanks. We've still got a couple of tanks in the field. No. Okay. But there are Hellions Hellbats, so they do that job very well. The space is being retaken here from our Zerg, but Terran really starting to expand and take the whole map. And now we see a scary push coming. We do have a few more medevacs added to the fray. Lots of CCs being added in the back. Excuse me, hiccup. The space is going to be taken down, very nice. Zerg player does cancel in time. I'm not so sure about this for the Zerg. He is moving in, trying to attack for a choke point. If there was like 5 tanks there, he would have just lost everything. The army now, though, is very scary for the Zerg player. It does have Ultras, although right now they're just sort of dancing around in the back, not managing to get connections. It does look like a few 4s will go down here. Broodlords being targeted, very nice, keeping them out of the fight. 4s will go down. There are a couple of Widow Mines getting some work done though. And now the army is forced to turn tail and run. 4's going to stand in the choke point. They'll do okay here, but they don't really have the AoE to deal with the Hydralisks. They're much better against the Ultras and things like that. A few Hellbats going to try and run in, get a couple of waves of blue flame off. Unfortunately, it doesn't work out for them. Army supply right now, very in favour of our Zerg player, in fact. We do have a lot of Widow Mines coming back in, and they're going to be pretty important in terms of any defense. Our Zerg player right now really should be attacking. He's hit that critical mass. He wants to get Broodlord, Ultralisk, Hydra, Bane. But he's in a scary position if he just aims this space. 1 planetary is not enough. Like, this is safe because this is planetarians are crazy. And this is pretty safe as well, but these forward bases here, even if there's just 1 planetary, it's just not enough. The said Zerg is opting to take a little bit more time, get his upgrades. 2-2 is going to finish. You could hear timing with them. Making a Broodlord, 2 Broodlords all the way back here. They're really slow. So that'll take like 15 months to get across the map. More and more scouts go down, does catch a glimpse of the army. We can see now our Terran is starting to move into position to hopefully counteract this force. This base is going to be taken off. That's very, very smart. Just save it. Workers will go down, and that is frustrating. We can see now a total of 46 have died this game. And with the siege from the high ground, this is a very annoying spot for a Broodlord or Broodlords to be in. You can see the Bio try and move forward a little bit here, using the planetary as some coverage. Broodlings will continue to rain down, and Hydra is raining down from above, keeping some damage. And now the Zerg has sort of put himself in a position where he's in between a few bases. Widowmine's okay, but really not great if they are connecting with the Ultralisks, so just tickle them a little bit. There are a lot of Marauders, and the Marauders will do a great job of these Ultras if they can get on top of them, because they are much heavier upgraded. There is no... No. Oh, yes, there is. Okay. So Catalyst Plate is done. Target moving back. This is very good. Our Zerg player has split his army in a way he really shouldn't have. Very, very nice kiting here on these Ultras. Now you can see the Widowmines making much better effect alongside the 4. And our Zerg player just put himself in such a strange position. He just split his army up. He used Broodlords over here. If he'd have had them, it could have been a different story. And now Terran has double the army supply. And some. Looking at 118. The worker count is low. Another Broodlord dying here. And Chesscraft in a very, very dominant position in this game, if he is to capitalise. We have a couple of Corruptors trying to pee on this building. It will eventually go down, unfortunately, because Corruptors are very acidic urine. Corruptors are going to be chased off. The base is going to be retaken. A couple of Corruptors going down here. Very nice starter step in order to get probably 2 more than you would have as standard. Looks like someone pinged. That was so confusing. Economically, Wintermute is mining more in terms of minerals and gas. You can see per minute. 26 is 2,700 to the 1,500 of our Terran player. But again, our Terran player is up 50 army supply. He is up upgrades. He is starting to get his army together. After taking a dominant fight, take the map. You know, move forward. Burrowing Widowmines here is okay if you were defending, but you're not right now. You just killed so many Ultras, and they're very expensive. More Broodlords are being made. There are already more Ultras. We're looking at 6 Ultralisks, and how many Broods? Looks like currently none, but with a few in production. There we go. This is, yeah, this movement is pretty good. I like this. Move down, maybe try and take this base out. Or if you're feeling ballsy, you can go for this one. That one a little bit riskier, I think. But just taking the one to the south, very, very nice here. Scan it. I'm expecting that to be a possibility here. Yeah, a few units are siphoned off. And actually, this could end up being a good fight, because once again, the Zerg army a little bit split. The base needs to be not targeted. It is nice to get this base, but there wasn't that many workers on it anyway. The army to the north side very much losing here. The Terran taking out the better of it. The 4s are going to do so much to all these air units, but it does look like there's just a little bit too much Zerg here, and they are going to be able to take it down. This one Marauder's going to get the space, isn't he? 3 more shots? 4 more shots. Here he is. See you, boys. What a hero. Now Widowmine setting up in a defensive posture once again. Trying to keep things pretty safe, pretty secure. 6 more Ultralisks on the way for our Zerg player. Lots and lots of 4s being produced here. Air weapons as well being produced, and armour. For our Terran player, missile turrets as well, just to stop these Broodlords and Corruptors from being too frustrating. This base, unfortunately, is going to have to run away. It has been caught by our Zerg. It does end up going down to the chasing of the Corruptors. We do have an Ultralist maybe a little far from home. Tanks and the 4's going to be able to take it down. 4's are very, very good against Ultralists, actually. It's a shame when they have to fight against air and ground units. Oh my god, Burrow underneath. Yes! See ya! Oh, they didn't all die. Oh! Get him! Ah! 27 health. The 4's going to get him. Oh my god, he blew him up. "14 Hydralisks in the production tab here for our Zerg player. Getting back up towards the 200 supply, you can see he's going to hit that. 4 more Broodlords as well. We have lots and lots of 4s still continuing to be produced. A few workers idle over here for Chesscraft. Should get them to work. This base has been retaken, or has been taken generally, and is now going back into a planetary. And we have the Terran starting to move out with his force. Widowmine's getting a couple of decent hits there, really softening up some of these big boys. And the Terran army is in a decent spot once again. Oh, Broodlords, goodbye. A couple of Broodlords getting caught. Very nice target fire on the Broodlords. They should all go down here. And now the rest of the army will come in and clean this up. Decent Widowmine hit, does catch a couple of Corruptors and things like that. Kiting towards more and more Widowmines over here in the centre of the map. These Widowmines as well, now going to go off. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. Still have some Widowmines up in this northwest location, stopping this base from being retaken here. Supplies. Zerg is ahead. It is mostly workers though. Zerg has had the better economy all game. You can see he does have a bank. And once again, things normalising as workers are dropped, trying to get that money up there for Chesscraft. He's done a good job of spending his minerals this game. Pretty low. Gas has high, but Terrans generally struggle to spend all of their gas anyway. They're not making ghost space builds, which I don't think would have been great here. It's very difficult to pull off. Another CC going to be dropped in a defensive location, just to try and keep the mining bases safe. As you can see, there are very few mining bases left. This one is good. 16 minerals, although this patch starting to look a little low. 410. Yeah, it's okay for now. This base will mine out pretty quickly with all of these mules. Nomming away at it, but the mineral count you can see immediately jumps up. We have a scrap in the centre of the map. This base has actually been caught with a Zerg out of position. And actually, this is a really good fight for our Terran right now. It's 3 Ultralists and a Corruptor coming out. And there's so many Ultralists in the front without any backup. And they're all going to fall down. You can see the Hydralists will do a better job here of cleaning up these 4s as they do go into the anti-air mode to blow away some of these units. Unfortunately, what that does mean is that the Hydras are going to be able to pick them up and take them out. Wintermute completely remaxing on Lings and Hydras. I don't think that's a bad idea. There hasn't been a lot of AoE in a while. You can see it's Marines, Marauders and 4s and Hydra Ling. Very, very good against that composition if there's a couple of Banelings too. Economically, our Terran is mining a little bit more again right now. Although he is now getting to the point of no return on a couple of these bases. You can see this one already has dropped some mineral patches after all of those mules. It's a fresh base. Within a couple of minutes, it can just disappear. +2 armor coming in for our bio here from our Terran player. In terms of upgrades, we can see it is +3 weapons for bio, +1 armor, +3 ship weapons, +1 air weapons, tunneling claws, +1 ship armor. Oof. Terran upgrades are confusing. A couple of broodlings being annoying will get taken down here. All is lost. Scan comes in and sees that it is mainly Hydras and a couple of broodlords. More ultras again on the way. I don't think ultras have worked for the Zerg. I think he should have stopped producing them before it was too late. Oh, some big boy shots from that planetary. We do have a Ling counter attack going into a base where there is nothing. Close the wall. This is a little bit annoying, getting on top of the production here. It can be cleaned up without too much difficulty, but you don't want to be losing those production facilities. P4s. Okay, now we go. The Widowmine's going to do a much better job than the 4s, and the Bio will be able to clean it up. Oh my god, Widowmines are grim. We have a base of sorts. I know, I'm old. You kids with your fancy faces. I hope they do a UK StarCraft League next year, because I'll be in university, and I'll 100% win. Oh, you accidentally pinched enter. It's funny. Oh my god. Good chunk of workers starting to move over to a safer base. It does look like they're going to take the bottom right here. Another base is getting pretty necessary at this point for the Terran. This base is almost completely unmined. Neither player has it. Zerg has the bottom right base, and that's a very important base because that's technically, if you don't have this base, you need to have this base. Needs more battle cruisers. Yeah, I'd like some cattle bruisers too, although against Hydra Corruptor, I'm not so sure. I think tanks would have been good, more and more tanks. This is an interesting fight. The planetary is doing work here, and all of the ultras are going to die again. 2 planetaries do a lot of DPS. The main problem that has been for the foreseeable future and the last couple of minutes, the Hydralisk. Big repairs coming in right now to keep these command centers alive, and with these command centers staying alive, they're really dishing out a lot of damage. You can see this one has dead, and this one has only 2 kills. Okay, but they've dished out a lot of DPS, enough DPS possibly for everything to be cleaned up here, and now the supply's starting to swing a little bit more in Terran's favour. Terran has to move up the ramp in order to kill the last of these Hydralisks. In terms of bank, it has been spent mostly. 25 more Hydras on the way. But maybe this base can be taken out. He is goddamn right that wasn't efficient at all. No, it was way more efficient from you than him, trust me. So players just chatting as they play. It's a sign of a friendly game of StarCraft. It's not like those other games where everyone just calls each other arseholes continuously. The natural actually does still have some minerals left. We're looking at about 3k. The minerals could be very, very nice. In terms of army supply, Terran at 81, Zerg at 108. That's 50 Hydras. That is a lot of Hydras. That's 87 SCVs. That's 49 on one base. Oof. This base is so important right now. You get this base, you win the game. Lots and lots of command centers being produced again. Those defensive structures, very, very safe. Does look like our Zerg is finally going to retake this northwest base. We're seeing more Widow Mines, Marines and Marauders being produced. I think just getting a big bio army is very, very good. A couple of nice Widow Mines hidden as well. Any rotations with Hydras and things will be picked up. More Broodlords being added again. The Broodlords and the Ultralists didn't work. If this guy had stuck to tier 1, tier 2 units, he'd have been so much better off in this game. You're seeing finally this northwest base is going to be established. You can see how many drones he's immediately sent. We're looking at a good million at least. Bonk. Goodbye. Nice scan there, catches a glimpse of the army. We are seeing more and more 4s being added, plus 3 ship armor coming in now as well. Plus 3 vehicle armor even. Tanks very, very good here. This is definitely the right choice. Tanks are going to be so good against this. Base is now really beginning to mine out as we do get towards the very, very end game. You can see this base will be mined out very shortly with all the workers on it. This one's healthy. Will be healthy for a while. Oh my god. All the Widow Mines getting some very nice hits, softening up that front line. It's about food, and I've just discovered I'm very, very, very hungry. Hi, Cowan! Wintermute continuing Hydra production, starting to add a few overseers in. It's making Overlord, which is interesting at 200 supply. See a few SCVs starting to move across now as well. This base is again still very saturated. In terms of minerals, Chesscraft does have the bigger bank. We're looking at 5k, 3k against 3k, 3k. Not a great fight here. Four's not going to do a great job. They'll do good against the Broodlords if they target them in the correct mode. But a lot of units are going down here. We do have the one planetary dishing out some DPS, but it is targeting down Broodlings. You can see it's killing a few Broodlings, but it really doesn't do that much to Hydras. The AoE circle for a planetary is very, very small. The base is going to be repaired, and it will last a while. Pick up a couple more units on the way. But it's again, it's mainly going to be shooting. No, it is targeting Hydras. That's good. This base is lasting so long. Few units did manage to move down here. In terms of workers killed, you can see is 94, 95, and climbing going down to just 23. More force starting to march across the map. Nice use of scans here, very liberal to keep track of the army movements, to figure out what it is, keep an eye on the composition. That's been very good. Bonk. Fours once again. The fours, how many have died this game? It must be loads. This one. Not this one. How did I get this one up? I don't know what I did. I don't remember hotkeys. We just keep pressing buttons. There we go, we got rid of it. So, the amount of fours that have died in total is 20. Thanks, Gerwin. I haven't observed in a while, so I get confused. What taking a break does to you. Wouldn't mind if they can get underneath this army, we do a lot of damage. Does look like the Hydras are going to back off slightly. Ooh, don't move too far forward. Okay, they are going to have to run, unfortunately. Too many overseers here. In terms of army right now, production is heavily in favour of our Terran. Zerg's actually not producing anything, and seeing as he is a billionaire, no way. Would be nice. The map now starting to get very, very mined out. Zerg is very much looking to take this base. This one still has some left, but it's really not as much as it looks. This is now done. So we're now getting towards the end of banks and things like that. Nice Widow Mines here. If they could be baited in, if the Zerg army gets baited into Widow Mines, it could all end. It just takes one very, very good fight from either side right now to really snowball and to capitalize on it. More and more fours in production. Upgrades. Fusion core on the way as well. I like how the original Overlord from the start of the game is still here. He's just been like, yep. Yeah. From 2 places. He's very mining, I'm afraid. A little bit. He has standard like 2 base economy. Long distance mining in from his base. Yes, this is what I like to see. Fight for the minerals. Scan goes down on the army, catches a glimpse of it. Supplies are very, very even. Neither player max, but both player very close to it. Workers slightly in favour of Chesscraft, but really at this point, you don't want this amount of workers. You just want army. Yamato is being researched. More and more mechanical units from our Terran players starting to move out. We have Infestors, we have +3 air weapons, we have Burrow, and we have oh lord, what's the name of that? Fungal Growth? No, it's the upgrade for Growth. I forgot its name. Gosh, I'm so bad at this. Okay. Now it does look like we have a big fight coming in. Lots of 4 starting to AoE. Lots of bio on the right-hand side as well. Going to tear through these Hydralisks. There are a few 4s not doing much. A tank is going to siege up. And now all of a sudden this fight is looking very, very Terran favoured. This tank is going to dish out so much DPS. Not all of the Hydras are in the fight. Widowmine's running into the fray. Going to burrow, forcing the Zerg to back off. But Zerg backing off is not going to go so nice. He's going to hemorrhage units on his way out. And that is exactly the case. We can see a few more units did go down. This base will now be taken out. Chestcraft suddenly finding huge advantage in a fight. Workers will fall. A few go down. Workers not too important at this point though. The most important thing is that this base is not mining. Yeah, nerds. Repairs on some of the 4s as well. Very nice keeping these bad boys, the core of the army, as alive and as strong as possible. Now our Zerg player is only really mining very non-efficiently from this base. I don't believe there's any other... Okay, this has 8 left, but that's going to be seconds until that's gone. More Infestors on the way from our Zerg. If he has Neural Parasite, which he is guessing, they could be very useful. 4s being Neuraled is dirty. Because they do a lot of damage to other 4s. This is a scary angle to push. This one big Gundam looking motherfucker. A little brave, gonna take down one Spine Crawler. The Zerg army running from him. Wow. What a beast. We do have an attack as well in the top left hand side here, which is a pretty hefty mining base. Does look like the Zerg army is going to be out of position for both of these pushes, and this base will also go down. Again, stopping any mining right now very important. The Zerg's bank is pretty huge. Oh no. Oh no! Neurals as well, just to make things even worse. Everyone neuraled. They will all go down, unfortunately. Look at that Hydra DPS. This base is being sieged upon from a distance. Slowly starting to do a bit of damage. We do see a scan to keep track of the movements here. There are a lot of burrowed infestors moving around. That burrow infestor hit squad made famous by Destiny. I'd love to see some more of that. Come and join the conga. Long distance mining. Oof. Oof. This one tank's having a nice day. Managing to get a few decent hits off. If there was 5 tanks there, they would have melted. Space, unfortunately, is not going to be able to go up for more than a couple of seconds. You know, he got 30 minerals back from it. The center base now going to be taken down by the Cattle Bruisers. Slowly but surely. Cattle Bruiser upgrades are... It is +3 for everything. Our Zerg only has +1 air armor. Yeah, always call them Cattle Bruisers. Northwest base even has been completely dealt with. It looks like our Terran is now going to go and try and long distance mine from that. Economy-wise, as you can see, neither player mining really anymore. It is going to get down to the point of either a draw, if neither player fights or mines for a long time, or one big battle to end all. Battle cruisers do go down, unfortunately, to those neuroparasites. Infestors very, very useful. Any unit that's only going to consume energy at this point is huge. Lots and lots of tanks and widow mines being produced. A few marines as well. Big Terran army now, and this is the right amount of tanks and widow mines. This is the force that Terran really needs to take the fight. The Zerg is going to sit towards the southeast here. But a lot of damage going to be done by all of his tanks. Zerg either needs to go or come home. There is only... I mean, this base doesn't matter. So if you were to go for it, it really wouldn't matter. He needs to come in and try and find a fight. Queen's going down as well now. Look at the supply. Worker count is even. Army supply is up pretty substantially right now for our Terran. They were OP. They were absolutely ridiculously broken. It's all you made. It was just mono battles in the beta. Oh, Overlords. Fungal does come out. Doesn't manage to get its connections though. A lot of the tanks are a little bit too far back as my mouse freaks out. Oh my god, if these tanks were just a little bit further forward, or if this Zerg army just moves a little bit further forward, it will vanish. The tanks do manage to get a bit further forward and will take out a few more units. The neural, there's just nothing left for our Zerg player, right? He's just been slowly. Yeah, they were in the StarCraft 2 beta. Warhounds are in. Was it Warhounds that were in the beta? One of those units were. Hey, why missiles? Yeah, man, they were so broken. So unbelievably, it's all you produced. Every Terran player was just like making them. It was in HOTS at the start. Okay, there we go. I knew it was one of them. It's been 10 years. Yeah, and they could never balance it. Hydralisk continuing to run into tank fire. Oh no, they all move way too far forward. Every Hydra gets dissipated under the fire. Our Terran is still long distance mining as well and getting an economy going. Our Zerg is making Lings really not what you want up against this kind of composition. Those Lings will vanish. Another Overlord goes down. Our Zerg player dropping below 100 supply now. Speedy Overlord's unfortunately not going to be enough to survive here. Zerg does have a ton of minerals, but he doesn't seem to have... Well, he has some larvae, but really not that much larvae. He's not injected, like, ever in, like, 100 years. So these bases really aren't... You know, they're producing a few Lings at a time. A few Lings against this many tanks. Nice tank spread set up here. Very, very nice tank spread set up here. It means running into this position for the Zerg is almost definitely going to be the end of him. We do have a couple of infestors burrowed, sharking around, seeing if they can find anything. Oh, here comes our Zerg player. He's going to start moving in. As I said, these tanks will just make this army comp disappear. We do have all of the Lings starting to go down. The Hydralisk as well now starting to be fired upon. It does look like finally things may be coming to a head as the Zerg army does disappear. 80 supply for our Zerg, 120 for our Terran player. A few Widow Mines going to burrow right underneath them just to put them out of their misery. I've just been raided by Lord of Terrans. Thank you so much, Lord of Terrans. For that raid, we have a few Marines standing forward. This base is now being sieged upon. It is just very little. It's just Ling Bane coming back in now. And the rest of the tanks are starting to move forward to join the rest of the army. Thank you again, Lord of Terrans. That's really kind of you. I really appreciate the raid. We're casting this game, then getting back to laddering, guys. It is a new season. Oh my god. Scan! Oh, the scan is so close! Neurals are actually very, very good here. A lot of tanks too far back. Does look like this will maybe just about be cleaned up. No, it won't. Did the infestors go down? Are there any infestors left? No infestors left. All of them have now gone down. The Zerg's dead. He just has Lings. 30 Lings in his army. 40 Lings when everything's dead. Tanks now starting to come further forward too. Thanks, Dad. I do appreciate that, mate. There are next to no minerals on the map left. 305 here. Tanks now are all coming forward, starting to get into a better position. There's enough bio here as well to punish Ling armies alongside these medevats. Don't want to be fighting into... Ooh, what's that though? Every Hydra. That's such a big cat. Like, a Hydra is good, solid DPS. A mule being brought in to repair the tanks. Tank gonna move just slowly forward. Nope, backwards. Terran player now starting to move in towards the natural more and more. Looks like our Zerg. Look at... Oh my god, these Widow Mines! Absolutely huge hit there from the Widow Mines. There's not very much left for either player. You can see 46 to 53 army supply. Where is the army? So we have the 6 tanks, 4 Marauders, 8 Marines, and a load of Widow Mines. A lot of the Widow Mines, though, are spread across the map. They're not really in the position to fight. Man, that Widow Mine just got the biggest hit ever. I wish I could have seen how many kills it was. Tech managing to kill a Ling here. It does look like our Zerg is going to go for one final hurrah, but the Widow Mines are going to get some pretty nice hits. There isn't too much left. There is some bio. There is a tank. I don't know. It does look like Zyg is going to be able to push this back. He is still up in supply. He is up in army supply. This game is never going to end. 50 minutes into the game, closing in on the 1 hour mark. Production right now, 3 Hydras, nothing in the production tab for our Terran player. Now adding in a few Marines and Marauders. Does look like some Lings and Hydras are going to start moving up towards the northwest. And unfortunately that is where a lot of these mining units are, and they will get caught out. There's not really an army here to defend it, but there are planetaries. And some Widow Mines. Zerg player is starting to spend a bit more of his money now. Slowly but surely. Well, what again? Yeah, it's pretty long, right? Yeah, actually at this point, bring the boys. I have only minerals left. He has 700 gas! Cheeky boy. I just want to see the workers meet in the middle and duke it out. For supremacy. There are a couple of tanks, and tanks are so important for this. Zerg player is going to try and take this base, but we do have the bio here and a couple of tanks. Tanks need to siege up, I imagine. No, they're not just going to hit and run. Glad to hear everyone in chat's doing good. I'm sure this game won't be that much longer, and then we're going to get back to blathering. A long game, so I apologise. My voice is starting to go a little bit. After 53 minutes, it kind of does. I really blew it out the other day when I casted the ESL Weekly as well. And I was saying, like, because I haven't casted anything except Valorant for a while, my voice is... Your voice is a muscle, and it really does need to be used. There are no Banelings in this composition. Now the SCV is getting involved in the fight. All they need to do is protect the tanks. One tank in the front goes down, the tank in the back goes dishing out a lot of damage. It does look like the Zerg army is starting to disappear. The Corrupt is really useless on this occasion. They're not going to be able to hit anything. They are just wasted supply unless you can morph them into Broodlords. That base will be cancelled. Why don't he just make Broodlords? He still has this Great Aspire. Right? It was in the natural. Yeah. He can make like 4 Broodlords. Okay. Good job. Gives me one eye, crack a can of Coke. It's too early for a beer. Bio tank starting to fire on the last of the Zerg army, but these Broodlords are going to be a real big nuisance. The tank will go down. The bio is stepping absolutely incredibly, trying to stay alive for as long as it can. The medevac doing everything it can, but it is now out of gas, out of energy, and we are going to see our Terran player forced to retreat. 21 supply to 70. I've been live for 3.5 hours still, but we haven't taken a break. I'm really hungry. I don't know what food I have. Yeah, yeah, 1 hour of this game. Oh, jeez. Oh, that Coke tastes good. So, a 4 on the way here for our Terran player, who is very, very broke. He does have some money coming in slowly but surely. I'm not sure where from. The natural. Of all places. We have a factory scouting now. Go, factory, go! Get him, land on him! Good job, Valiant Soldier. You have to hurry. It is getting close to draw at this point. You do have 4. I don't think you can. At this point, I don't think you can win without tanks. You have to be an honourable macro player. 1, 4, 2 in production, 3 4s. Do we have tanks left? No. We have honour. Oh yeah, true. He did say he only had minerals. He is not mining minerals at all now. This is starting to very heavily mine out. There's 600 minerals left there. Less than 200 here. I think that's all the minerals on the map, nope. 305. Just waiting for stuff to happen. The climax to this game. Does look like we have something going on up in top. A few Zerg units starting to move together. Pick up, excuse me. Yeah, at this point in the game, really, really close. Army supply very even. There's more than one. You've been caught. There's still only one. You're cheeky. Well, there's a battle cruiser on the way. That's actually really good. It's madness. Absolute madness. I believe we are very close to there being no minerals on the map. I think it's just this pack here. BC. Zerg has money. He could have another 30 supply. Easily. He could make like what? 5 infestors? Can you imagine? He just neural everything. If he neural 5 4s, the game ends. Scouting starport. Da 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 da. Look at its jets. Da 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 da. Making 2 corruptors. He injected. Why? He has so much love. 17, eh? This is wild. Alright, next time someone asks me to cast a replay, I put a 20-minute time limit on it. I was going to play 20 games today. This is about 8 of them right here. Yep, in the future, 20-minute time limits. The longest game of StarCraft ever. Jesus! Most of my games are like 9. Battlecruise just makes such cool noises. Yeah, super long games. I played a game last season that was like 90 minutes. That was truly awful. It was a draw as well. Yes, sink. That's because you're a cannon Russian piece of shit. Oh, the mule! Steal it! Run! Oh god. He didn't make it. But if they die, that means he doesn't get it. Not cannons? But you're getting wrong then, mate. Stole half of it. Oh, jeez. Christ. It's half of it. Does this game go to draw? I don't feel like... Well, I mean, I know he can never kill all your buildings. How many missile turrets do you have? 7. Yeah, he can never kill all your buildings. I didn't look at the length of this game. You could, but I think you have enough to deal with that. You have enough force to stop that from happening and a battle cruiser, so I don't think it would happen. Like, you could just stay here forever. No, I don't think you can win either. If you had Infestors, it'd be a different story. I think the game could go to a draw, but someone needs to do something soon. Let's wow, everything got quicker. Even taking damage there is frustrating. The battle cruiser can just come in and do this. Nice. I haven't seen Pig's commentary on my 90-minute draw. I really should watch that sometime. Yeah, Jared cast my 90-minute game. My game had a Zerg building Protoss units because he neuroparasited a probe. We are speeding up a little bit here because I really want to play StarCraft. Got all these add-ons! Looks like our Zerg has had enough. He is going to go and look for a fight. I don't know. Nice. Cute. I like it. He's really stuck between a rock and a hard place here. Because there's planetaries everywhere. Looks like the fight is finally coming in. The Bio are going to start targeting down the Hydralisk. Drones are annoying, but if they can get to range in a planetary, it really doesn't matter too much. And that is what they're going to do, so those drones will vanish. As you can see, that small AoE circle is enough to one-shot drones. The 4 is on the hunt. Game's still not ending. Terran continuing to chase down our Zerg player. Oh, maybe could have caught another Broodlord there. Lots of scans going down. I apologise for fast forwarding, guys, but I'm really hungry. I don't think you can win either. The space in the bottom right has now been taken out by a small hit squad. Yes, is the answer. Lots of scans, buildings, everything coming in. Gas Geyser will be taken out. Slowly but surely taking down these buildings. Better not be in 2 hours. Our Zerg player has fallen all the way back. I think to his natural, yeah, to his natural. But he is having everything on the outside cleaned up. GG's still here. Why is he waiting? So he's trying to find just one good fight. You just have too much. So Chesscraft has too much for this. Absolutely no way. Very nice to pick off one Corruptor and move away. As soon as the Corruptors die, the Broodlords have free reign. The Broodlords, the battle cruiser. Make a mistake? Oh no. Bit of a scrap starting to come in here. No committal just yet. Supply dead even. Army supply though 44 to 28. This is probably the mistake. You blinked it in! More and more units slowly being picked off here. Very, very slowly. No, you didn't free transfer. You're too ahead. He just doesn't have enough to deal with anything you have. Your army's too varied. Although very small, you have Marines, Withstim, you have a Medevac, you have Widow Mines, you have Thors. It's every tool that you need in small doses to win a game. It does look like it's finally going to go for it. Oh, I wanted those drones to all die. Widow Mines slowly but surely moving forward. Very little left at this point. It's like the closest micro battle either. We can see a few now units starting to go down. The Widow Mine will take out all of the drones, and that leaves very little. The Thors alone now enough to clean this up. There are a few SCVs as well. I think we should see. You can go. 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 Here we go. The final fight of the game. Theoretically. Okay, you won. That means leave. It finally happens. There are no buildings left. Is he going to make you kill every building? Does he actually make you kill them all? Do people still do this? Go SCV! Finally, the final shots of the game come in. GG! YJ Chesscraft wins the game. Wins our heart. And loses my will to live. That's cool. No worries, man. Didn't expect it to be that long. Yeah, that was a 1 hour, 10-minute game that could have been done in 20 minutes. Let's play StarCraft. We're back playing. I will cut that replay for you and I'll send it to you. I'll upload it somewhere. Later today or tomorrow. Da-da-da. Yeah, of course you can. You don't have to credit me, I don't care.